We're in Wales at Jesus Bike Park. We've been given a Land Rover to get to the top just to show you guys something brand new and insanely exciting. Me and my brother came and rode Jesus Bike Park this year, and it was so obvious to us that it's absolutely an emerging UK bike park. They have so much vision, so much passion, an epic hill with so much potential. But it was Ben and I that kind of saw the opportunity to get behind that and create a Helfare track at a UK bike park, and that's what's just begun. Now it's the off season. There are diggers up on this hill. We're here today to discuss options, features, maybe the route in which it can go, but ultimately the end goal and product is a public bike park with a Helfare track that we're so proud of, that embodies what is fun about mountain biking, that you guys can come and ride, get on this uplift, get driven to the top of this epic hill and have the sickest day ever. And I can't wait to see what's begun. All good tracks start off chill, and we're going to use the old Freeride line which originally went this way and still will go this way to start the track. So it's going to start off as just like a really flowy highway, okay? Helfare highway, maybe. What should, as we go down, comment ideas of what to call this track. The name is everything. I quite like Helfare highway, but there's going to be features and ideas that you've seen that have been built which might inspire some ideas. So we've got some rollers, some catch berms, just a place to feel like you're the man on your bike, because you're going to have to be to get the best out of this track. Yeah, or woman, but you know, it's an expression. It's not a sex-driven clause. It's not like a contract. A lot of Christmas trees here, actually. I might stick one of them in the van. Save a bit of money down the garden centre. More flow, more chill, more pump. And let's fast forward now to where it gets hairy. This is where Freeride line ends. Well, it doesn't. This is where we split, okay? Freeride line goes around that right berm, and we are now locked in to something epic. So the first feature, straight out the bag, points directly at a tree. But it's an epic transfer right to left, which looks daunting. I think so many features on this line, okay, we need to get into it, there's no point in me explaining it, are going to inspire people to do epic stuff on their bike, but aren't necessarily really tricky. It's all about building something that looks incredible, where a really good rider can take off right at the top of that takeoff and land right over on the other side of that landing. But someone that just wants to access this track could take off much lower down, almost straight line across it. So we want people to hit the Helfare track who maybe haven't hit pro lines before, but we also want it to be a pro line where pro riders can absolutely excel and do epic shapes. So that first feature is really cool, isn't it?
So sick.
It's like an introduction to what's to come. Then we've got some flat ground. The boys have knocked up a hip, and I've already been here, by the way, a few weeks ago, and we've kind of walked down this hill loads of ways and figured out the best route down, and this is it. There's so many cool sections to this track. Race jump, kind of hip race jump, really lovely little berm.
It's worth mentioning that this looks so much better in person.
Oh yeah, what does it look like on camera? Nothing. Ah, it's so frustrating because it's sick. Okay, like a nice, almost really steep 3-foot berm. Bosh!
Bash!
Right hip, okay? Very nice takeoff. We have actually discussed this quite a bit, and it's going to change. This is quite a long hip to a flat landing, which might feel rough, especially if you cut the corner. I think you're going to end up piling into a berm. So what we're going to change, well, what the guys here and the diggers are going to change, Gaz and Alf, we're going to pull the takeoff this way, slightly further down the hill, so you don't have to attack the hill so much, and make the landing twice as high. Probably like head height here, with the takeoff touching it. So they've got a hip like this in Whistler on Dirt Merchant. It's like a big spine Volcano with the takeoff meeting it, so you can actually cut the whole inside of it off, or you can blast it. And the coolest thing about this track, as you'll see, is all these trees. I guess they're pine trees. Are these pine trees?
Oh,
spruce, fir trees, I think. There's a lot of birch trees, a lot of British trees. It's a fairly new crop, so they're really low, and it kind of feels Christmas tree themed and really tight and interesting. But on the big tall jumps like this one will be, you're going to be above them and you'll be able to see the whole valley behind. So drone, POV stuff's gonna look unreal. It is a highway, look up there.
And look down here.
Yeah. Right, now we're in. You've landed a big 90-degree volcano piece. Bombing, elbows down. Here we've got a race jump. This will be really fun. It's a good length, little 1 foot downside. It's big enough for a suicide no-hander. Actually not very tall. So that's the first big jump on the line. It's not a hit. Look at the next one. Look at this! Does it get more like artistic than a 90-degree left hip amongst Christmas trees?
So sick.
Not stepped down or stepped up. This is perfectly level lip to landing. It's a good 12 foot to the inside, probably like 18 to the outside. If you blast this thing, you'll be able to see all the way over the tops of the trees. It's just such a cool thing. I don't honestly know how they did this with the digger and didn't have to take more trees out. It's like perfectly integrated into the forest. A few of these branches will need to go. What a thing. This is like the first, it'll be the first really iconic hit or feature on the line, I think, where people will go, whoa, okay. But again, you don't have to be ridiculously good on a bike to kind of suss out how to land here on the inside. Obviously you want to be boosting it, but this is, it spans a fair breadth of ability from like, okay, I know how to ride hips, this one's just more hip than I've done before, to I'm gonna yank back and 450 this thing, you know? I'm so buzzing on that. It's like a skate park hit, but in a proper mountain bike downhill bike. This will be sick on a short travel bike. You definitely don't need a downhill bike for this line, not yet anyway. Lovely shark fin. I think we said the guys need to put a bit more of a hook on the outside of that landing, but this is first fix, because then we go into a right berm. The next section's really cool. Yeah, I think landing up about this high, tapering in, and that's just, I don't know, it just draws your eye. The way the trees are just constantly draws your eye round like corners, and you're like, ah, what's round the next turn? Right, so you're flat out, done the shark fin, bang, Schrauper right turn into like an actual cereal bowl, which is a bit of a speed killer. That's the best bit about it, because I think, yeah, this will feel like a reset, which you're gonna need, because this is the setup drop for like the first proper trick jump actually. Alf and Matt have shovel packed this today, I think. It's like a really short flat takeoff. So just like bunny hop, make a cool shape, and look. All right, Alf. That's perfect timing. Land, berm, roast the jump. And it's a proper jump too. Come and have a look. You all know Alf. Sponsored by Helfare, top trail builder. Straight out of a berm, that's straight out of a drop, that's straight out of a cereal bowl, that's straight out of a really sick shark fin bomb section. I think by this point you feel like a hero. Ben we were kind of looking at it. If you extend like outside of that landing, you might not even need the berm.
Yeah. I think I was gonna like push across to bulk that out. It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That's a proper dirt jump, isn't it? Come and look at the gap. Bossman Matt on the tools. I think on a double like this you could go like that high or 10 foot above that.
Hopefully.
Don't you?
I think you should be able to like see above the trees.
You'll see, yeah, into the valley. Flip jump, 360 jump, bail jump. Probably a good time to mention Shimano, isn't it, Matt?
Oh, definitely.
So Matt Simmons, bike park manager, owner,
manager.
co-founder.
Something like that. Yeah.
Matt and JR have taken it on, and Helfare has come on board. So me and Ben have come on board to kind of make more happen with it and try and bring an epic line to life. But Shimano have also been a huge part of that. So we've kind of partnered up with this project. Shimano have supported Matt for years. He used to ride for the Madison Saracen downhill team.
Yeah.
So got a long-lasting relationship there. So the stars have aligned really, because in 2024 Shimano are pushing big into trail building and looking to support trail networks, new bike parks, existing projects, just anything that's gonna upscale and benefit the mountain bike community, I guess globally, right?
Yeah.
They're behind, and this is very much going to be at the centre of that in the UK, like a whole new epic track. So for their initiative to marry up with Helfare's kind of vision to be part of something epic, yeah, it's like perfect timing. And Matt kind of stitched all that together, so legend.
Should be good.
Thank you. Sick track so far, mate.
Get it done.
Right, so you've done a fat trick, and then this is definitely the steepest part of the upper side of the hill. We'll talk about that in a minute. And just come on, it's like a racetrack, especially coming off of that. And you're going to be 10 foot above that. You said we should have some like little Shimano brake signs or something.
I think so, yeah.
But they've really cleverly made these catch berms. You could just get on the brakes hard and ride slightly down the middle, but it's going to be way more epic to go like rah, rah, and then into a huge 180 corner.
Massive.
Which it like reminds me of the one after the road gap at Hardline.
Yeah, literally.
Bombing. Rah. I think though, I think it would be possible to gap off the end of that berm
To where?
to the berm.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, it's so steep, you just carry so much distance when you jump downhill.
Yeah, and then you'll carry so many trees in your neck when you go straight through there.
Carry so much metal work and you're holding together your spiral fracture.
Oh my god.
Look up there.
It's so steep.
Yeah, this section's mega. And then, meow! And then, after some umming and ahhing earlier, we're actually going to do a flat corner, because on a really sick jump line, who doesn't love a flat turn? Because Freeride line that's split at the top actually reappears here. So I guess you need to kind of look ahead for a merge, but just a really lovely loamy drifter. Ga, 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 ga. And Gaz, hang on, this will give a bit of understanding. Where Gaz is there in the digger, for those of you who have been here before, there's a fire road, so that's like the halfway point. So what you've seen so far is what's been built and only counts for half this hill. So the trails have merged up there, and then we're going to come through here. That is an existing jump line, which is so fun. And we're not going to put a massive feature here because this is the most exposed part of the hill where it's definitely could be windy. Everything up there can work all year round, even in the wind, because it's so sheltered. But rather than picking up that jump line, but going this way is the opportunity for the Helfare Shimano collab line, whatever you guys end up calling it, to get massive, because we've got a steep chute followed by 4 more steep proper downhill chutes that can all be groomed into one almighty run up for a biblical step up, which we're going to go down now and kind of pick apart and decipher. We're on the hunt for a proper step up, like one of those ones that you can hit at 30 miles an hour, bail and be fine. And the only way to build one of them is to point your track uphill and like dig a road into the hill. And we've actually got the option to do that here, because the old track used to bomb down there, and it's fast, it's flat out. Then there's this like rising area that they've cleared, and everyone's convinced this is the spot for like the most iconic feature on the track. God knows what it's called, but it's just about deciding how much you turn off the track, because berms kind of kill speed, but then the harder you hit the hill at more of an angle, the more step up we're going to get. Me and Gaz think use kind of the path that's here because it's already clear and obvious and doesn't need much of a berm. Alf wants to start his quarrying mining project further up and build like a shaft all the way across the bank up there. So you want the landing to be like up here, don't you? Which is a lot of step up. I guess next time we come back this will be probably confirmed, but this is, although everything up the top is insanely technical, artistic and fun, I think this is the thing that people are going to come and session, because not many bike parks have the chance to build a safe massive step up like Darkfest. If you think of the Darkfest step up, you hit that elbows down as fast as you can, but by the time you get to full height you just plop onto like a landing that you can come to a dead stop on. They don't exist in many places in the world. You also almost need a valley, but by turning into this hill and getting a massive machine and just swinging dirt for days, which is Gaz's forte, I think we could have pretty much the sickest feature in the UK, and it be Helfare. So you need to join me in being excited about this kind of little stump garden project, because it's going to be ridiculous. This is just actually the sickest project. Massive shout out to Kessus Bike Park. Follow them on Instagram for updates and stuff, and find out when they open, when this track opens. A lot of that stuff looks close to being test rideable, so we're going to be back soon to do that. But there is half a hill remaining for features, so we want your ideas, your feature ideas, your name ideas. What would you build? Where would you build it? I know you can't come here and check it out, but like, it's been so creative so far. Let's make it just as creative beyond this. Even beyond the mega step up, there's more hill. Just so stoked that Helfare is part of this. Powered by Shimano. It's like the coolest collab, which is going to be massive for the UK mountain bike scene. this line will be available to ride with uplifts in Land Rovers like this. Just such a sick place, and we're buzzing, aren't we?
So sick.
Yeah, legends.